Hi everyone. Today I want to share with you a video about the Bizmates question one-way interview. I've had a video before about the 5 questions with regards to the Bizmates one-way interview, but somebody made a comment that I was thinking they use the same questions for every interview that they do. But I think it depends on who is the coach or who is the one who will interview you. Then the questions will depend on that person. So there are similarities with the question with the one who commented that some of the questions are the same, but there are some differences. So anyway, there are only 5 questions, but it's always good to know what are these questions so that you can prepare for these questions if you are interested to work in an online ESL company, not just for Bizmates, but maybe this could be the same questions for other companies as well. It may not be the same all questions, but there are some similarities for this question. So in the previous video that I made during my interview, the questions were: introduce yourself in 30 seconds. What do you know about Bizmates? That's the second question. Why are you interested in this particular career? Give an example of a time when you went above the call of duty at work. And how will you handle an angry client or customer? Okay, so that was the questions that was asked of me during my one-way interview. And these questions that I'm going to share is from the comment of that video. Somebody commented that they have made some changes of the questions that they asked during that person's interview. This was, I think, the month of July. My one-way interview was end of February. They also have 5 questions here. So first, it's the same, which is introduce your full name and years of work experience. So that's the first question. For sure, this is just easy for you. Introduce your name and then how many years you've been working as an online ESL tutor. Or if you don't have any experience, maybe any informal experience of teaching somebody, maybe your if you're teaching your if you have family, daughter, children, or your experience teaching in other volunteer work where you've been teaching. My first interview before in at 5-1 Talk is I shared about, because I don't have any experience online. So, but I have had an experience teaching Sunday school and yeah, Sunday school and other kids in summer classes related to my work before. So that's the one I shared during my phone interview. For you, if you don't have any experience, try to find something that you can share so that if you really don't have, then, well, you just have to be honest. If you really don't have any experience teaching, you cannot do anything about that. I think it's worse if you lie that you have an experience teaching and, well, in fact, you don't. So, I'm just trying to say that find any experience, even if it's not paid, but you've been teaching, like your daughter or your son, or in any other, not really a classroom, as long as it's connected with teaching. So you might as well share that, because that could also help. Number two is, if not many students are choosing your lessons, what will you do? So, if not many students are choosing your lessons, what will you do? So, I think you have to review what are the things that you're doing with how you are teaching. Why are students not choosing your lessons? You might also check if your schedule, you have a consistent schedule. Maybe your schedule are not on the peak hours. That's why students don't book. So like me, I don't usually open during the peak hours. So I expect that there are no students during the time that I open classes. So try to check the schedule, the time, and also maybe you can try to review the how you are teaching, or maybe ask somebody. Maybe you can try to record yourself teaching, and then try to see it yourself. What are the things that you need to improve on? Or you can ask somebody else, what are the things you need to improve on? You can also undergo training. There are some, or coaching. So most companies, they have coaching sessions. What are the things you need to improve on? What are the things you are lacking? Why the students are not choosing your lessons? So maybe those are just some few tips we can do so that students will choose to book our classes. Okay, number three, how do you ensure a stable internet connection for your online lessons? How do you ensure a stable internet connection for your online lessons? I think you have to provide backup internet service provider, or backup power source, or make sure you have to check the schedule of power interruption, or check the internet connection. If you don't have backups, you have to check first if you have a good internet connection before you have to open slots. I think, because I experience, that's why I'm careful now, because I try to plot schedules ahead of time, like for a week. But then there are some power interruptions during those times, and I'm having a hard time to cancel the book classes, or I don't have backup internet connection. I just have data, but it's not also enough. It's hard to use data in a class without having a problem. So I'm trying to be careful. I don't plot if I'm not sure of the internet connection or power source. Then I don't open slots for the whole week. I just open slots when I'm ready to teach, or during that day. Because I don't have backups, I don't have, backup power source, I don't have backup internet connection. I'm trying to be extra careful, because I have had a lot of cancellations, emergencies already. Those are just my suggestions for those who can afford to have power backups and internet, so that you can ensure a stable internet connection. But if you cannot afford, try to check the schedules, check your internet connection if it's stable before you open classes, because this is for your own good. If you don't do those, it will affect your evaluations. If your company has evaluations like Bizmates, it really does. It's because, in my experience, it affected a lot my profile. Okay, so number 4, how would you handle a situation if a student is frustrated or unhappy? I think this is the same question with the previous, with my experience for the one-way, 5 questions. This is also asked before. How would you handle a situation if a student is frustrated or unhappy? Like what I've said before, I'll just try to listen to that student if to express his or her emotions or how he or she feels, and then validate or agree with how he or she feels about the situation. I'll just allow the student to express his or her feelings. So, number 5, what qualities or experiences make you confident that you are a great match for the business English trainer position? So, that's number 5. Question: what qualities or experience make you confident that you are a great match for the business English trainer position? Maybe if you have the passion in teaching or being patient, being able to communicate clearly. You have the communication skills, being able to communicate and articulate, being able to express clearly the things that the ability to let your student understand what you are the topic or the lesson. I think those are some few, and of course experiences it says there. So your experience in teaching, nobody experience this except you. So your unique experience is another thing that will make you confident that you are a great match for the trainer position, because nobody has the same experience. We have different experiences, and that makes us great fit in this position. And our patient, or having the ability to be patient, even if they're having a hard time understanding the language, the ability to explain it in such a way until they will understand. Well, I think those qualities will help us, and will make us great fit for the trainer position. Okay, so those are just the few things I want to share with you today. It's just a little bit of an update for the questions that they are asking for the Bizmate one-way interview. For you to prepare ahead of time if you are planning to apply here in this company, Bizmates, or in another company as well, because they might have the same question. It's always good to prepare your answers so that you will have a smooth recording or way of answering the question. So, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day and see you next time.